All right. What's going on, Beats by Lonza fam? Recording live from Cali. Finally touchdown here at my hotel, getting ready to go to bed. But before I go to bed, um, I've been on a couple hours flight, so I'm hungry. So I'm having a sandwich. And I normally typically don't eat before I go to bed, but I decided not to eat while I was on the plane. So, all right. So, highlight of my day. It was a pretty easy flight from Georgia to Cali. We only had like one issue on the plane. Well, actually, we had two issues on the plane. First, we had a flight attendant that needed to be replaced, and they replaced the flight attendant like that. First, it was they came on the intercom and said they needed to find a new flight attendant to replace the one that left, and then the next minute they said we're boarding. So I was able to board. And then we got on the plane, and then they said they had a malfunction with the door. So then we had to wait for maintenance to come in and look at the malfunction on the door. They came in, did something, fixed the malfunction on the door, and then we got on the. Then we were ready to take off. So other than that, smooth flight here to Anaheim for the convention. Um, had only person I saw so far. Actually, I saw a couple people that I recognized, but I just wasn't sure that it was those individual people. But I saw Zaytoven was on my plane. Um, I didn't get to speak to him. He kind of, you kind of don't want to like bother people when they're like doing their personal stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty cool. Um, and then when I got my Uber out of the airport, I saw him and his entourage again. So that was pretty cool that, you see these people on TV, you see them online, and then you see them in real life. So what the fuck is you talking about? Nah, it ain't that type of party over here, John. Hey, whatever you like to do, that's on you, buddy. But no, not over here. We don't roll that way. But anyway, what's going on? Yo, yo, skills. What it do? What it do? All right. I had to get some trolls out of the freaking comments. But anyway, yeah. So I'll get to experience the rest of Nam tomorrow. I know, right? That's freaking crazy, skills. They trying me hard. Ain't even that type of party over here. But yeah, I'll get to experience Nam in its entirety tomorrow. I'll go there first thing, and then I'll spend majority of the day at the Kai booth. But there are a couple people on the panel that I'll sneak out from, and I try to sneak out and see some of the other booths. I know they got so many. It's like freaking entertainment overload. You got every company under the sun out there, so this is gonna be cool to like just see what everybody's trying to do. So with Nam, you can buy a ticket. You can buy a ticket, and as long as you buy the ticket, you can go. So I bought the ticket. It was $150 for a ticket, and then you have to buy. Obviously you have to get here, so you gotta get a flight and hotel, all that stuff. But I've never been, so it's one of those things that's like, you know what? This is an opportunity for me to come out and see it in real life instead of watching it you know, from the behind the scenes all the time. I thought I'd just get out for once and check it out. Anyway, um, just want to hop on. What's up, Antics Semantics? Now I got a little turkey sandwich from the airport, from the Boar's Head. Yeah, I came out here solo. Um, my wife had to work, the baby's in school, so um, solo dolo. I am going to vlog this whole uh this whole entire trip. I am going to blog. I didn't blog in the airport because that's a security issue. A lot of people don't like to be on other people's lives and stuff. They could be running away from home and shit. So you don't want to get people without their consent. So I felt kind of stupid, like in the airport, trying to report live in the airport, like people have not been to an airport before. So no, not the good life, bro. I would have preferred for my family to be here with me. I like to travel and fly with my family, but just an opportunity to I know that's a good one, Skills. They're already on camera. But yeah, man, I thought this was a good opportunity to come in and see some stuff that I care about, because my wife could care less about music. I'll take that back. She loves music, but she can care less about musical equipment and MPCs and machine MK3. She don't care about none of that shit. But my daughter, on the other hand, my youngest daughter, she all about it. If she could have a YouTube page, she'd have one right now. But we don't put our kids on the internet like that. Okay, salute. I appreciate you. Yeah, I won't keep y'all long, man. I know it's late y'all time. We're 3 hours behind on the West Coast now, so um, I thought I'd just jump on and holler at y'all and say what's up. I didn't bring my MPC with me. Um, I didn't bring my MPC Live 2 with me because when I tried to fit it in my bag, I realized that it's too big for my bag, and then my bag was extra heavy. I will go live tomorrow at NAM. I plan to go live tomorrow at NAM. I brought an extra battery to charge my iPhone. You know the battery packs that you can put on the back of your iPhone. I bought one of those just so I can have extra battery just to go live the whole entire time that I'm gonna be at NAM. So I'm gonna go live. Oh, hold on. Tyrannus Blue said a black guy called me that. Is it an insult? The term people of pallor. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Sorry. Hey, unfortunately, there's some ignorant people in the world, and you can't get around them. So you just have to either ignore them and go the other direction. Antisemantic said, I think another creator referenced you a couple days ago talking about two houses. What did they say? They said that I have two houses, that they not like us. I'm different from everybody else because I got two houses. All right, shout out Young Jack Star. Appreciate you being in alive. Probably don't even know what this live is about. Oh, I can be insulted. Oh, I can definitely be insulted. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. He said he didn't want to give your name, but he was invited and marveled at your studio in your second house. I'm just saying, hey, Young Jack Star. I don't even know if you know what my channel is about. So I'm just saying, I'm just being funny. I appreciate you being here anyway, even if you don't know what my channel is about. And even if you have been here before, thank you for being here this one time. I appreciate you. Hey, Skills, you right. You're right. When you know your value and your worth, who can insult you? Definitely. Um, he didn't want to give your name, but he was invited and marveled at your studio in your second house. Oh, that's probably my man's, the homie. I don't know though because we we um we politics so. Jay St. John said, "I'm praying to God they don't deport the thick Latinas, y'all, or I'm gonna crash out." Nah, there's a lot of thick Latinas that are in the United States with papers, so you ain't got to worry about that. He said he's down there at Nam too. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. This at Nam that know me. There's gonna be a lot of creators at Nam. I can tell you that. There's gonna be a lot of people from the YouTube community at Nam, and we're all excited to see the same things. Everybody's excited to get the first, the first look, the first word of whatever everybody's dropping. And I will tell you this that um, I've been watching other people's channels too, and a lot of people are insinuating that there's going to be a lot of new equipment that's going to be dropped that nobody ever thought that they'd do. There's going to be partnerships such as the um, MPC and the Native Instruments collab. There's going to be a lot of those happening. And I think that's actually pretty good and pretty healthy for the community that these companies can collab. And I've said this, and I didn't want to brag and say that I said this, but I said this years ago that the same the same people who build products that work on machine build the same products that work on Akai MPCs. The same people that worked on freaking Roland. So all of these people that are these technical wizards are working on all of these big companies, you know, products. They're inventing all kind of things like that. So you got to always think that they all know each other. They all know of each other. Some of them are friends. A lot of these head honchos in these companies are friends. They are at least associates. They talk to each other. They know what the bottom line is, what they're trying to do. So you'll never know who knows who and who is championing what. So just let that be. Skill says, is stuff for sale or just being showcased? Well, the whole, I'll say this, um, the whole point of them showcasing it is so that the people get a first look at it, and then you can buy it when it goes on sale. So sometimes the stuff they show will be the first time that anybody's ever seen it, and you can't buy it yet. So unless they do like pre-sales at a booth or something like that, which I don't know. It's my first time going, so I don't know if they do pre-sales at booths, but I would I would be it would be a smart move that if they brought a piece of equipment and they sold people on it right here at the convention, that you can buy it right then. Is Answer Samantha says, is anyone else going to say that they're not impressed by the NI NPC connection? Listen, I I've watched a couple people shit on this this collab, and I think that, just being honest with y'all, I think there's a lot of people who will complain about everything. No matter what they do, they're gonna complain about it. The NPC 3.0 program just dropped. So far, for the 1 day that I've been in it, it's been solid. Even the beta was pretty solid. It had a few kinks, but nothing that stopped me from making music. Um, and the crazy thing about this thing is that a lot of people that's doing a lot of the complaining and stuff don't make music like you and I make music. Like, they don't get to it. They don't really make, like, listen, I read a lot of the comments in a lot of these forums, and I can tell you for a fact that 80% of these producers that be on their mouthing and jabbing don't be getting to it. I read so many comments of people saying, "Oh, I read this dude say, "Oh, well, I got the 3.0 and I don't really understand it, but I also bought a Tascam 12, but I haven't even made a beat in the MPC yet." All right, okay. And I'm like, "Okay, the two ain't going together. Like, you bought a Tascam, you got an MPC, but you have not made one beat in the MPC yet. How does that make sense?" Now, maybe he just got the machine. He don't know how to use it. I'm not shitting on him because everybody had to learn and start out from somewhere of how to use the machine. I'm not shitting on him for that. But I'm just saying, like, you bought more equipment and you have so much to say about the equipment, but you have not made one beat in the machine. Hey, listen, I enjoy that. I take it as a challenge to jump from machine to machine to machine. I love it. I love it. Matter of fact, it's been it's been a dream of mine to try to use all 13 machines that, well, back then when I did the video, I had 13 machines that I was going to try to make a beat on all 13 machines in 1 day. I never could make it to make beats in all 13 machines because by the time I got to like the sixth machine or the seventh machine, and I was on my seventh beat, I was wore out by the time I got through those 7 beats. So I was like, you know what? I'll never make it through all in 1 day. But I did for Christmas. I did do 12 machines for the 12 days of Christmas, but I did a different machine every day. And sometimes I did like two or three machines um, in a day. Now that's probably the max that I did, about three to maybe five machines in a day, and then I call it quits. By then, I'm so over it. By the time I've cut on each machine and figured out what I want to do with it, I'm over it by that time. But but yeah, I did a count. The last count I did, I got 30. I got 30 drum machines. I got 30 drum machines. Minus I got 30 drum machines minus the two that's incoming. So I actually physically have 28, but I have 30 with two coming, and I'm probably, more than likely, if Akai is gonna drop a new machine, I'm gonna get that new machine. And yeah, if they drop a new force, I may get a new NPC and a new force if they drop a new force. Anti-Semantic says, I hate to admit it, but it's time to go full time all in with the MPC. You got to, bruh. You got to. You got to. Um, Skills says, why not MIDI all the machines together and use a track from each machine with the MPCX as the brain? Um, I did that. I have MIDI'd all my machines together, but I have not got them all to talk because um I have not got them all to talk because in the MIDI I have the S5000 and the S3000 as racks as rack machines is MIDI'd into everything, and I don't have them programmed and running correctly to MIDI everything, but I do have everything MIDI together, and it do some funky shit when you have, like, let me give you an example. I have all, let's see, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. I have 10 machines all MIDI together. And when you cut on the force, I'll just give you an example. When you cut on the force and the MPC 5000, the MPC 5000 has some settings in it, or the force has some settings in it that make one of the two machines do crazy shit. Like, the play button, record button, all that works and stuff. Um, but I can never tell where the MIDI is coming from. So you have to set each machine to talk to each machine. So having that many machines, it becomes a headache. So um, it's more experimentation than anything. What's going on, C Sutton? He says, wait till they drop the MPC Key 49 with more processing power along with native instruments. Yeah, I think they're gonna drop a new keyboard. Well, here's my thoughts. I think that when they, because I already said, I've been saying this over and over again. I believed that Akai was going to drop the 3.0 this week when Nam was in play, right? I knew they were gonna drop it this week. I had a feeling they was gonna drop it. That's not from anybody telling me that or inside. Um, I knew that they were gonna drop because they, in order for them to be here and showcase their newest machines and showcase their how the product works, they need to have something that is not in beta to show the world that, okay, this is how we rock and this is how we coming. So I knew that it would make sense on a business side to drop that software because they've been working on it. And so if they got it, 95% baked, why not drop it in the alpha version? So I knew that would happen. Second thing that I was thinking, that if they did come out with a new machine and they were hiding the new machine, or they had an idea of when the new machine comes out, because you gotta think most of the machines have came out like in February. Most of the machines have came out before the summertime. If you look at all the past history of when the new machines drop. So if you're thinking that they're gonna drop a new machine, you know that this is January. You got to think that February is coming up, so it is possible that they're gonna drop that there's a new machine incoming. However, when we looked at the FCC, we didn't see anything um, under the FCC for any music. But as they kept saying, is that if they're going to collab with other companies to make a new machine, then it wouldn't be under In Music anyway. It would be under whoever the new machine is coming from. And so if they are being quiet about it, let's say they're making a machine with Honda, right? So you'd have to go through Honda's FCC to go find what that new machine is going to be when they go register it. But anyway, my point is that if they're gonna drop a new 3.0 software and then they're gonna drop the freaking update for the OS, then they gotta have a machine that's going to run it. They gotta have that on the machine when they drop the machine. So they gotta be able to have that process running to put it on the new machines before they ship out of the warehouses. That's just that's just the way I was thinking about it. So anyway, um, I would like a Key 37 with the freaking. I want the Key 37 to be just like the Key 61. Everything that you can do on the Key 61, I want the Key 37 to be able to do. And so I would be about having a new Key 37. Key 37. So this is what I think. I think they will have four machines. They're gonna have something that's gonna be big like the X. Either they're gonna have a Force, something that's gonna be big like the X, another Live, and then a keyboard. And so that will bring in a new generation of the new line of machines that will run 3.0 and the future of whatever they're going to come out after 3.0, whether it's going to be 4.0 or whatever. That's what I think. That would be smart for them to come out with a new line, four new machines that will bring you up into the next generation. And then they'd have those new machines to run for the next 5, 6, 7 years. Skill said they're gonna drop a Kai Contact Force X SEXL. Hey, but if not, if they don't drop a new machine, we got enough machines on the market to uh to get it popping. Because to be honest with you, the 3.0 software, I know I'm talking with my mouth full. To be honest with you, the MPC 3.0 operating system makes your MPC become a brand new MPC. That's what people's missing. It literally makes your MPC become a brand new MPC all over again. So now you get to learn a new workflow. You get to experiment with the linear production. You get to experiment with all these technical aspects of working an MPC as an actual MPC, but as a standalone DAW, which would I be wrong to say that nobody's done yet? I don't know if you can say the push is a I don't know if you can say the push is a DAW in it is. The push is a DAW inside of the machine, but you can't bring it all the way to fruition with the push. You got to still plug it into Ableton. You still got to export it over to Ableton, and you can't completely finish it out on a push. Now you can arrange everything in the push, and then you can because you have ins and outs. You can bring your out of your push into another system, but still you have to bring it into another system to print it out, to export it out. So um see, Sutton says need more RAM for the native instrument libraries. Well, see, here's the second thing about those native instrument libraries. Those native instrument libraries are not the old school native instrument libraries. Those these are how do I say it? Compressed native instruments preset expansions, which has not been done before. So it's on that MPC platform that brings it in and compresses it, and then you're able to have a preset plug-in at the same time. So now you're not just bringing in just sounds and then you just will be able to manipulate the sound. Now you're able to bring in an actual preset, a plug-in that takes in low RAM, and whatever changes you make to it is what you make to it. You can create a whole brand new sound that nobody's ever done before because it's a brand new system. So that is, you know, that's groundbreaking. That now they are taking the best of both worlds, and so now you don't, they know that the machines don't have a lot of RAM. They have a limited amount of RAM, so they got to use, the resources is out there to consolidate it to make it not be labor intensive, and when you bring it in, it loads in. That's why you can load it from the in music account. It goes directly to your machine to work in standalone. So they got some shit up their sleeve. They got some surprises out there. But anyway, enough of my blabbering. I don't know nothing about nothing. So for y'all who are watching this video, I don't know shit about shit. I don't know nobody. Nobody don't tell me nothing. The people that do know stuff, they they know what they know, and they don't keep me in a loop of what they do know. So if y'all think that I know somebody that knows somebody, no, I'm just speculating based off of what I think. And like I said, I can be 1,000% wrong, but it would make sense if it went the way it if it went the way it went in my brain. So um either way, I'm locked in. I'm locked in. Listen, the only reason that I hadn't pressed go on the Key 37 is number one, I don't have room for it. Number two is that I am sure that somebody's gonna come out with another machine that I want, and so I'm keeping my money close, so that in the event that something does get dropped, I have enough funds to go out and buy whatever it is that I want. Now, I will tell you that I'm crazy like that. That if it drops and I like it, I'm gonna buy it regardless. So if I like it and I want it, I'm gonna buy it regardless. Um, so whether I save the money or not, I'm gonna buy it regardless. So that's just what it is. But anyway, yeah, the Key 37 is so dope, and I um I keep myself from from buying it. Antisemantic says Roger Lynn has an argument for the grandfather of hip hop. There, I said it, but what you want? Yeah. Um. What was I gonna say? I don't remember what I was gonna say. But yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So they're talking about somebody said something about the two house. Somebody said something about the two houses. Um. I don't know. I said it in a bunch. I said it in a bunch of videos previously that um I've been doing this for over 20 years, and this is probably my 12th studio. Right? I didn't just like fall out of the sky and just started producing yesterday. Right? I've been doing this for a long time. So a lot of equipment that I bought it and accumulated over time. And then a lot of it I bought like within the last 8 to 10 years. Like I've accumulated a lot of equipment over the last 8 years because I've just been watching it, and I was like, okay, if I get good deals on it, I'm gonna cop it. And so previously my studio was a hybrid studio where it was just a lot of computer software and working on the computer, and I probably had one drum machine. And then because I was an engineer first, right? So I was recording people, I was engineering a lot of people, rappers, singers, poets in my studio. That was my thing. I was an engineer, but along the side of engineering, I got into producing on Fruity Loops, on FL, and that's when the love of producing bit me. And then I started hearing about hardware, and I said, okay, what I got to get into the hardware. So once I got into hardware, engineering went to the side, recording people went to the side, and so my studios started to evolve from recording studios to production studios. So now if you see my studio now, the way that it looks and the way that it fits, is because I have transitioned from having a studio where I engineered to production. And so again, back to the two house things, it is what it is. I used to have a studio in I had a basement. I had a full um 1,400 square feet basement. And my wife gave me 700 square feet. We split it in half. She gave me 700 square feet on one side for my studio, and the other 700 square feet we used for the gym and for the kids to have a TV room. And so, um, when we sold that house and we moved into this new house, I didn't have a studio, but we did have an in-law suite. So because we don't have guests that come to our house like that, um, we decided that I still needed a studio space to bring all of my studio equipment into the new house. So in this new house that we have, that's why I have. They say it's like two houses because it's an in-law suite that's that's attached to my house, and so um, that's how that goes. But yeah, bro, I've worked a lot of years to build these studios. Um, I'm retired military, so I saved a lot of years, saved a lot of money. I've worked on my credit. I worked on um, money management. I worked on a lot of things to kind of like have the things that I want. And yeah, and another thing too, the last thing that's very key about this is having a supportive spouse that also works, that leans into your gift and leans into what you love. So she knows that I love these kind of things. So she don't stop me from doing anything that I want to do as far as music is concerned. And so as long as the house is taken care of and the kids is taken care of and the family's taken care of and the wife's taken care of, I can do whatever I want. So, that's how that goes. Yeah. Yeah, I have some disposable income because we've I've been very smart about financing in the later half of my life. In the very beginning of my life, like the first 10 years, I was horrible with money. Horrible with credit cards, horrible with all that kind of stuff. And that taught me a lesson in the first 10 years, was like, okay, that's no way to live. So once you get out of that rabbit hole and you get out of that type of debt, and you learn that you can do more with your money, you know, then the lifestyle started to change a little bit, started to change. So you're not throwing away your money as much as you would have in your younger years. So I'm in my 40s now, so I know better. So you know what they say, when you know better, you do better. So I've lived from paycheck to paycheck before. I lived to having $10 in the bank account to the next payday, and the payday is still a week left, and I still got to get gas. Man, I got to go to work, and the kids got to go to daycare and all that shit. Like eating the $5 pizzas. I've had to freaking eat $5 pizzas way back in the day. So a lot of that struggle and grind I've had to do just to get to where I'm at right now. So again, like I said, I can't I can't like give no credit to myself. This is all credit to my wife. This is all credit to God, because without those two things, man, you cannot do the things that I'm capable of doing right now. So yeah, this YouTube thing is just like, you know it's one of those things where um I'm trying to teach. I'm trying at the same time that I'm trying to teach, I'm trying to learn, and I'm trying to give to the community, and that's just that. Just trying to build that up so that somebody can say that they learned something from my channel that I helped them to get from A to B or whatever. So, and if I don't get that from it, at least I can get the fact that I love making music. I love producing. I love producing for artists. I love to see the outcome of what the song sounds like after I give it to them and it's a new creation. So if not for anything else, that's what I do it for. I love to make music, and if I never made another dollar out of music, I wouldn't care. As long as I can make music, and you know, I'm happy with just that. So almost done with this sandwich. It took me 40 minutes to eat a sandwich. Anyway, I want to say shout out to all of y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all always show up. Much love to you. I'll try to video as much from NAM tomorrow as possible. And if you're on the live, when I'm at NAM, if you're on the live and you want to see something, make sure y'all let me know, what y'all want to see. And if y'all hear anything, like let's say I'm in a Kai booth, appreciate you. Let's say I'm in a Kai booth because the Kai is going to be locked in like from 10 o'clock until the end, right? So other than using the bathroom and going to lunch, I'm going to be locked in with a Kai. But if y'all know of, like, say for instance, Roland is announcing something, and y'all hear about it, let me know that they're announcing something so that I can kind of like go to the other booths and see, get footage of it and try to hear it firsthand of what they're talking about, they're trying to do. Because I ain't gonna lie, man, they said it's 170,000 people that's supposed to be here at NAM this year. 170,000 something people that's supposed to be here at NAM. And then every company under the sun is here showcasing all their stuff. So you not only got the companies that make drum machines, but you got the guitar people, you got the religious worship band groups, you got all the people. Listen, I'll say this and I'll go. Skill said, give Sarah to ill my phone number. For sure. Um, I'll say this. I went to the NAM app and I looked at all the people that are here that are the owners and creators of all the stuff that we use in the machines, like the software companies, the people that's in charge of like the people that print CD, that used to print CDs, the people that run the CEOs in the companies um, that make TVs, and Toshiba and Sony and all those people. But anyway, I looked at the profiles of all these different people that are here. Listen, it is people from all over, all walks of life that do everything. So you'll never know who you'll run into and who you meet and who you network and politic with. So that's what I'm here for, the politic network, meet new people, and expand my horizon. So with that being said, I'm out of here. It's past my bedtime. Good night. Again, I appreciate y'all rocking with your boy. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow when we check out NAM, because I'm telling you, they're surprising us with some shit. And I can't wait to hear what they're surprising us with tomorrow. All right? So peace.